the demand is classified into individual demand and market demand. Individual demand means quantity of a commodity demanded by an individual household or an consumer in a market. Then market demand means quantity demanded by all the consumer in a market. So law of demand can be explained with the help of these two measures, that is individual demand and market demand. First of all, we are going to understand law of demand in individual measures. So law of demand in the case of individual measures, law of demand states that other thing being equal, there is a negative relation between price of the commodity and quantity demanded of commodity by an individual households in a market. So other thing being equal, what do you mean by other things? Actually, demand is the function of price of related goods, income of the consumer, taste and preference of the consumer, and also expectation about future. But here we are assuming that all these things except price is constant. Then demand is only the function of price of commodity. All other determinants are constant. That is, other thing being equal, there is a negative relation between price of the commodity and quantity demanded of commodity. That means when price rises, quantity demanded falls, and when price falls, quantity demanded rises. Technically, we can express this as demand of X is equal to F of, that is function of P only. All other factors are constant. This red line shows they are constant. Okay. So, demand is only the function of price. Then we are assuming that all other factors are constant or being equal. So, the basic assumptions of this law are there is no change in price of related goods, income of the consumer, taste and preference of the consumer, then expectation about price changes in future. Okay. Demand is only the function of price. That is individual measure of law of demand. Then we can explain the law of demand with the help of individual demand schedule and individual demand curve. Okay. So what is individual demand schedule and curve? The tabular presentation of negative relation between price and quantity demanded by an individual household is called individual demand schedule, and its graphical presentation of this relation, that is negative relation of price and demand, is called individual demand curve, and defined as the amount of change in the variable measured on y-axis with respect to change in the variable measured on x-axis between 2 points. So what is the slope of a curve? That is changes in the variable measured on y-axis to changes in the variable measured on x-axis between 2 points. So slope can be measured by the formula delta y by delta x. Here delta stands for change. Then change in variable on x-axis due to change in variable on y-axis is termed as what? The slope of a curve. Then if delta y by delta x has negative value, the curve is downward sloping from left to right. This is an example for downward sloping curve. So the relationship between y variable and x variable is negative. So the curve is downward sloping from left to right. Then negative relation means increase in the value of one variable causes decrease in the value of the other variable. And also the decrease in the value of one variable causes increase in the value of the other variable. Okay. Normally we can say increase in the value of independent variable increases, automatically the value of dependent variable decreases. If delta y by delta x has positive value, the curve is upward sloping from left to right. That is, if independent variable increases, dependent variable also increases. So they vary with the same directions. So the dependent variable decreases due to increase in the independent variable. This is the general rule about a curve. Then when we talk about demand curve, it shows a negative relationship between price and quantity demanded of a commodity. So here price is the independent variable. So it measured on y-axis, and quantity demanded is dependent variable because change in demand happened due to change in price. So demand is depend upon price. So it has negative relation. So that's why the slope of demand curve is negatively sloping, or it is downward sloping curve. So the shift from point A to point B is the slope of this demand curve. So it can be measured by delta y by delta x. So delta y means the change in price. That is, price is shifted from or decreased from PA to PB. So the delta y is this portion. Okay. Then due to decrease in price from PA to PB, the quantity demanded increased from QA to QB. So this portion, can you see this? This portion is the delta x. So the distance from A to B is calculated by delta y by delta x, and it is the slope of this demand curve. So demand curve is a negatively sloping curve, but it may be straight line or curved line. Okay, first of all, what do you mean by straight line demand curve? So straight line demand curve is otherwise known as linear demand curve. Okay, so that means delta y by delta x is equal to -1. Okay, that is the ratio of change in price to change in quantity demanded is equal. That is delta y is equal to delta x. Okay, so the negative sign shows the negative relationship between price and quantity demanded. Delta y means delta change in price and delta x means change in quantity. So they have negative relation. So the value is always negative. Then if delta y divided by delta x is equal to 1, that means the demand curve is a linear demand curve. Okay. So linear demand curve means changes are in opposite direction and same proportion. Okay. The ratio is same throughout the curve. Here you can see a diagram. Here the slope of demand curve from A to B and is same as B to C, and it's same as C to P, and also it's same as P to E. So throughout this diagram the slope is constant or slope is same. The distance from each point are same. So it is a linear demand curve, or otherwise known as straight line demand curve. Then the next shape of demand curve is curved demand curve. Okay, it is otherwise known as hyperbola or non-linear demand curve. Here change in quantity demanded due to change in price is not equal. Sometimes change in price is higher than change in quantity. That means delta y is greater than delta x, or sometimes change in price is less than change in quantity demanded. That is delta y is less than delta x. Okay. So here change in demand of a commodity due to change in price of the commodity is in opposite direction because they have negative relation, and at the same time the ratio, the proportion is varies. Okay, they have variable proportion. Okay. So in the diagram we can see the distance from A to B is not same as B to C and C to M and M to D. So the slope is varying from one point to another point. So it is a curved. It is a non-linear demand curve. From this we can understand that if delta y divided by delta x is equal to 1, it is a linear demand curve. Then if delta y divided by delta is greater than or less than equal to 1, it is known as curved demand curve. Okay students, I hope you understood this topic. So that was today's topic. Today we have discussed about the shape of demand curve, then why it is linear and why it is curved. So children, you have to watch the URL, attend the test paper and download your notes, study it well. See you children, see you in the next class. Bye.